Good morning, folks. Hope everyone's doing okay. I'm back for another week. Here we are. And I will confess straight up, I don't have a heck of a strong idea what we're making today, but we're going to see what we can find and make something cool. So this will kind of be a bit more by the seat of our pants flying, but I think we'll get something cool out of it. So I do have an idea. I think I want to bring in that one of those obelisks I made last week and use that in a bit, but we won't start just there. Let's start with a landscape, actually. Um, and even before that, let's start with a person for scale. Because when you don't know what you're doing, it's usually a good idea to have a person for scale. All right, there we go. There is our person. And now let's create our plane for our landscape. And the advantage to this today is we're going to be able to sort of play, reasonably, carefree. So S20, 40 meter square. I just feel like that's a good size. Do we want to go square or do we want to go circle? Today we'll go square. Let's edit, subdivide it, and let's subdivide it 20 times as well. So that each square is now the size of our original OP square. Alrighty. And now let's grab some edges. We'll stay on points, actually. We won't grab edges, technically. Let's see if we can't grab something like this and make like maybe a cove. That could work. And E, or maybe not E, what is GZ? Get it a little bit like that. It seems okay. Now, do we want an island? I mean, you kind of always want an island, right? Not that much though. 7, C again. Grab a little bit like that. And GZ. And get up a bit higher like that. So 1. So it should be, yeah, it'll be above the water. At least partially. Okay. There we go. And now I'm going to actually come over here and change our color of everything to random so we can see things differently. And let's create a new one, mesh plane S20 GZ. And that is our water right now. It even made it blue. How cool is that? Cool. Now I just have an idea what we're looking at. It won't be exact, but that's fine. Let's come back in. And now I'm going to select this one. This, not all those ones, although could, but that one, that one, that one. Turn on proportional editing. GZ, make it bigger and bring it up. Now I'm going to change to random. Make it even bigger and bring it up. Something like that. Okay. It almost looks like a good landscape even just by itself right now, even before we apply anything to it. That's pretty cool. I mean, we need to subdivide it more, but that's not a bad way to do this. Save as, let's go make 240108, right? Yeah, 1 live stream Fluxlands. 240108-1 live stream Fluxlands. I went for a walk down by the river yesterday and I was taking some pictures and looking at some reference from down there as to how things like rocks and plants and stuff were distributed. And I'd like to kind of play with that a little bit today too. So that's one of the things I'm looking at for this today. Let's append, it's already there. The auto terrainer, auto rocky desert terrain, still have it from yesterday. append it, add the modifier, geometry nodes, and terrain. And I think I didn't apply scale, did I? Rotation and scale. No. I mean, that's pretty fucking sweet, actually. That looks kind of awesome. I like it. I actually kind of like that they go across. Maybe I'll bring the water up just a little bit so it actually is an island, but just. There we go. I like these little bits of ground in there. It's clearly very shallow, kind of more like a swampy area than a lake. That's looking cool. I have no notes. I even like these little water things here off to the side. So let's just apply it. It just worked this time. Cool when that happens. Let's apply the scale on this one. I don't think I did. And save again. And now the scale's applied. Let's Q, add modifier, solidify, bring it down to its below the ground. Yeah. Can make it a little less maybe. Go right there. Okay. So now we have a solid water, which is helpful for our textures because they have volumes in them. Cool. Alrighty then. Not bad for 6 minutes in. Just kind of checking things out, where I want to put stuff, what I want to do. I think maybe I'm going to go grab the obelisk now. And I don't remember what I called it. Come back. So it's not obelisk temple, it's at least there. Cool. I'm just going to go grab it from our temple real quick. It's coming up, theoretically. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Mine was pretty chill. Didn't really go anywhere, do anything major. Like I said, went for a bit of a walk. Ran my Traveler game, and it turned out well on Saturday. And that's kind of been my weekend. So, not bad. So there's our monolith, and for scale too, because I do want to keep it the same basically size as the last one. We could make it a bridge maybe. What if we put this right here as our ground? I think that's a cool place to put it. And I had this idea for breaking it. We're definitely gonna break it. Now we could break it with like adding cracks or using what's it called? I can think. I think I have it down here. Our may not even turned on, but one of the hard surface physics things. But I think we're not going to bother with realism. I think we're just going to go create a landscape. Come here, landscape. There we go. And we're going to create a large scale landscape, large terrain. Yes. 7 and G and GZ up to here and scale it in to like that. Control A, rotation scale. I think we're going to break it about here. But before we do, let's just Q, add a solidify modifier, and bring it up that much. Cool. I'm a big fan of using this kind of stuff to do this whenever possible. Select it, and I'm going to rotate it slightly, and I think slightly. So it's going to fall that way. Yep. And then that, and that, control minus. Did I? Yep. Okay. And if we turn off our cutter, good. Yep, it worked. Okay, and apply. And now we're just going to get rid of our cutter. And kind of gave us a nice, somewhat varied up edge to our thing. I know we're missing that much, but that's fine too. Tab, we're just going to come in here and edit. 3, grab it, L, P, section. So it's made it in its own object. And if we want to be accurate, in some sense, just to think about it, we could put that there. 3D cursor, rotate on that. Done. Down. Up. Accuracy. I mean, it's obviously not, but whatever. Let's put it to here. And it is heavy, so let's squish it into the ground some. We got a bridge! Woohoo! Let's come in at this one. A, U, smart project. Sure. Tab, same here. A, U, smart project. Okay, save it. Let's just look and see what we have. I mean, it's a little bit smooth, but we can maybe mess with it a little bit. I think that's kind of working though. We could just tear it up some more if we wanted to, but I think we're gonna probably put plants on it anyway, so it should be okay. And it has cracked a long time ago, so it's weathered. That's what we're saying. Grab our water and look for polygonic. Spawn material. Again, just our pond water. I love this one. It just works. It's just a good one. Okay. Looking excellent so far. And we're going to move this and this. A new collection called Obelisk. Before we start laying in our terrain, our material, our ecosystem stuff on our terrain, I can speak to. I don't know that I want there to be a lot of other man-made things here. I just kind of want it to feel ruined. I think maybe I'm going to take this bad boy here, put our cursor here, and then rotate it just slightly so it's kind of falling as well. And move it over there. Just, I don't know, because we're fairly close to the edge here. We may have to build some additional geometry past here. Probably we will, but let's get this stuff done first and then we can see. Okay, so we have that. Now what other big things do we want to place? Maybe that's good for right now. We want to move our water to its own group as well. Save again. Now, we'll go to Geoscatter. Just down here, where is it now? Keeps getting moved now. Select it, select a terrain, and think about what sort of terrain we want to put here. Let's see. I don't have a strong preference, to be honest. I've used this one a bunch of this series. I've used this series a tremendous amount, but they both work. There's no reason not to necessarily use them. We've used the dry 3 quite a bit, but also no reason not to use it. We've used this tropical and wastelands a bunch. I'm just looking to see if there's anything that like calls to me. I kind of like these jungle grounds. Let's try jungle forest here, see what it gives us. I'm just curious. Not hating it so far. Clearly some things we'll have to fix, but that's not hard. I kind of dig it. Let's use it for right now. At least as a starting point. I want to do a lot more to it, I think. But let's take this one, and the first thing we'll obviously do is put an upward obstruction to our water. And that should clear out most of that stuff that's underneath. Yeah, that looks cool. I like that. Feeling good. Now, some things I want to add. These are just monstrous, but I like them. They're just so big. Mm, 10 million objects. I mean, it's just insanity. But let's do it, and then we'll turn it down. At least it won't let us explode it out because Geoscatter's good about not putting things in there to start with. Yeah, no kidding, you're turning everything off. That makes sense. Seems like it's mostly the grass that always explodes. Well, let's see. Okay, first I'm going to turn off. Yeah, it's done. 17 million instances. Is that all? Okay. Let's turn this one off. And that's what we're given. Why are there purple rocks? Why did something not get a material? Is it medium rocks? Medium rocks got a material. Large rocks? Large rocks didn't get a material? What's going on with that? Well, we're just going to get rid of them then. Screw you. Bye, large rocks. All right. So, things that we want to do. First off, although you would have some rocks underneath, and it is kind of cool, we can see them, it's not worth it for what we're losing. So we're going to go take off our upward obstruction, water. Yeah, I think so. Maybe not. Well, we'll try. We're going to start there. Then on our medium rocks, I want to set the proximity to near the water. So like that, and then flip it. And make it even transition down to, well, yeah, we'll leave the transition to there, minimal distance of 0.01. So mostly rocks near the water. I like that. Let's do the same with small rocks. Repel, water, reverse, minimal of 0.01, transition of 0.03. 2.5. Let's save, and let's see if we can actually show this one now. We should have cut that down quite a bit. How many we got? What's our distribution per 8,000 per meter? No, let's maybe go to like 250. Like I said, this thing goes nuts. And whoever designed these ecosystems was like, let's just put a ton of stuff. Okay, those are quite small. Let's maybe go to 500. That's pretty cool. Let's maybe give it a bit more space. Transition of 0.25. Yeah, okay. So again, rocks near the shore. I think I'm liking that. Let's just turn back on to see if we can see them over that, if we need to make them bigger. We might need to make them bigger. No, they're all right. It's subtle, right? But I like it for, well, let's make them a bit bigger. Scale, factor, let's make them to 0.66 instead. This is the kind of stuff I love doing. It's like, will anyone notice this? I don't know, maybe not, but it just feels cool to me. You know, like, yeah, that does just feel cool to me. All right, so then we've got our tall grass, which I'm kind of fine with just leaving everywhere. It's not bad. What's our low grass here? What's our 4,000 per square? Again, I want to make it, let's turn off this one. And I wish there was an easy way to make it just like on the tops of edges. So it's like right as it goes over. And maybe there is. Let's see. That would be, I'm getting crazy now. Let's turn off those. Okay. Grass. We're good on scale for right now. We want it to abiotic, curvature, convex, max angle of 55. Sure. I'm going to set our grass down to like 250 again, just so we can see it and turn it on. And that's where it's going right now. It's kind of everywhere along where it's curving. Great. And if we increase this angle, it gets rid of it. And if we decrease this angle, we bring in more. And more is cool. And then if we add slope as well, you should only get it in those sorts of areas. Let's see, does it still mess with curvature? Yes, it does. And if we set our slope to be even more, to like 10, now we're only getting it on flat areas near the top of a curve, right? Mostly, yeah. That's kind of neat. I dig on that. And I want to repel it from the water by 0.5. Yes, I think. Maybe make it 0.25. All right, so we turn back on our small rocks and back on our medium rocks. Now we have grass growing past that. What's the scale of it? It's actually pretty big. Let's see if we turn back on the jungle forest. Do we see it? Not super great. A little bit. I mean, obviously we could increase the call it angle a little bit, but not super great, but a little bit. Maybe we'll make it a bit taller. Let's go to 350 or 450. Makes our grass taller. And turn off jungle again. Yeah, that's better. That's cool looking grass. Default scale of 1. Just make it a bit bigger again. There we go. Seems good to me. Let's do some similar kind of stuff up here with our debris and ground cover and that kind of stuff. So we're good with this one for right now. Let's turn it off. This one. Debris. Let's just look and see what it actually looks like and save again. Well, for one thing, it's getting all like bumpy like that. That's weird. I'm not sure I like it. Scale fine. Go away scale. Abiotic on slope and curvature. It gets much fewer. Curvature, we add more, or take off more rather. We still keep it only on the flatter areas. I've just been playing with curvature. I think it's neat. So let's, 52. More control is always neat for me. It's like, oh, what can we do to make it? And let's mess with our object repel to water. And I'm going to set it to 0.01 with a transition of 2. Yes, I am running a 4090. And density is good there. And scale is good. So let's remove these ones just to see what it's doing. And scale up. So that shrinks it down. Density less impacted by it. Transition of 1. That's pretty cool. Okay. So now you have some small bits down here by the water, but as it moves away, we're getting bigger, and that works for me. Yeah, you're welcome. No problem. Slope it back on, curvature it back on. Okay, cool. I like that one. Let's move to the next one. Ground cover. That's just kind of everywhere, isn't it? I don't mind it kind of everywhere either, to be honest. No big reason to pull it from anything. We'll leave it as is. These big bad boys here, also no super reason to pull them from everywhere. I kind of like it. Those guys there, I would like to move them a little bit back from this thing, but just a little. So let's repel the obelisk. Yeah, just so they're not growing through it because they're bigger. Cool. And then I think these were our trees basically, right? Yeah. kind of just okay with them. Now we have made a ton of little, very subtle changes that I don't know that anyone but me will ever notice, but we have done it. Let's just set a camera there. Let's just set our camera up while I'm thinking about it, since we're here. The Alexa with the anamorphic and the resolution of wide. That's not the one. On, there we go. Oh, it's falling, so it's the other way actually. That's the end, okay. But still, cool. Kind of like it about like that. Save. And we're definitely going to need to do more because we haven't spent a lot of time on it yet today. The disadvantage to getting faster is you just have to keep coming up with more and more stuff to do. Turn on our rock plane again. And I like, oh, those rocks add so much to that. Look at that. See how much better that is? Very much like that. I wouldn't even mind adding a few more rocks to it in the medium size. Let's scroll down. We don't need slope. The repelling 0.01 and density. Cool. That's good. Let's just see what happens if we double the number there are. Are those medium rocks? Or are those small rocks? Those are small rocks. Well, I don't mind doubling the medium rocks too, but small rocks. We set them to 500. Let's just double it. See, we're getting back up into the high amounts. Hey, Michael, good morning. Is that too much? That might actually be too much. Maybe we'll go back to like 666. The rock number of the beast. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think that's neat. Save. Yeah. Liking it. I think that looks cool. And we can certainly look at it from lots of different angles. This one might even be a cooler angle. I think it might be. Let's see. Although, I mean, we can do from multiples, so it doesn't really matter, but go to gray. I kind of like having the runes of the thing on the right on this side. I'm going to just turn off geoscatter for just a sec. And line us up and see how that looks. Yeah, I think that's a cool one. I like those in and rounding of that for our default one more. Let's see what we got. That's cool. Let's do ourselves a bit more stuff now, but I like that. I think we're going to go with that as our base. Location. Geoscatter. Let's turn off this plane and select the water. which I'm just going to call water now, just because. All right, and let's grab, do we want with flowers or without flowers? Let's try with flowers. Got some lily pad action going on here. And we are going to actually take this one, new collection, ground. And we're going to do a reverse upward obstruction. So now, upward obstruction, ground. Cut that down dramatically. And then water plants, let's keep it away from the shore. So cut it down. Proximity, repel from ground. Select it, yes. We have to cut it down a little bit because it's hitting it underneath as well. Minimal 0.01. There we go. Are we getting any in this shot? Let's see. Doesn't look like, well, one or two. But let's just increase the count a little bit, see what we get. Distribution count. Method of clump. 0.6. There's a few more. That's cool. Yeah. Save. Come back and take a look again. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I'm digging that. I think we are going to want to add some background stuff even behind that, just back in here. Maybe we'll go with some of those forest cliffs. Let's see. I'm going to turn off colors and turn off geoscatter for right now. So we're looking back around those edges here. I'll put one here too. And excuse me. Select ground, forest cliffs. We could try some of the modules versus the whole big thing this time. We are a little closer. Let's see. It definitely shows. Doesn't mean we need to go much further back than that. GZ. Yeah, we're still getting him. Cool. 7. Scale. Let's go to engine origin. R. And it feels too regular though, doesn't it? Maybe we do need to just grab one of the big ones as well. We could do both, right? It just feels maybe a little too. Let's see what it looks like. It is far back. but like it's kind of a weird. We have nothing giant cliff. Might be too much. Let's move it off. Turn it back on. The important stuff. I don't hate it, actually. That's okay. That seems neat. I'm all right with that. At least right now, I'm all right with that. Let's see if we take this thing again. Bring it over here. Kill geoscatter for just a second again. And R. And let's just, again, rotate it down and down. Sure, it's further back. Once we had some fog, that could be kind of neat. I think we're going to add fog. Particularly if we're doing it this way. Photographer, let's increase our camera max clip end to like 150. To be more than enough now. Okay, cool. And we need a sky. HDR maker. What kind of sky do we want today? Do we want to go with one of the built-in ones? Let's just see what trees around has. Is there anything with lower trees that would work for us that we like? I can't really go for these super high ones because it's gonna be too close, but something like this, maybe. Let's see. I mean, it's too low res right now. It still feels too high. Like those are too close. Doesn't work. This one? You can't see anything there, so of course it works, but yeah, no, still too close. That's better, but not. Let's turn on geoscatter. I mean, it's not awful. I kind of like it. I'm not sure the angles are like doing me any favors. 24, let's see. It's very soft light, which I do appreciate. I mean, it's kind of nice light. Maybe we'll leave it. It is nice light. It's not super dramatic, but it is nice light. I love making stuff like this, by the way. Now, we don't have any plants on this thing right now. I think we probably should. At least in the cracks. Might be another good place to use some concavity. Let's try it and see. Moss? Let's try moss. We're not so dry that I don't think we can get away with moss here. Not that I've ever let that get in my way if it looked cool, but I do think about it. So we selected that object. No, I agree. Sometimes nice is exactly what you want. I don't like everything doesn't have to be like, a freaking Zack Snyder movie with, backlighting as somebody jumps across to a spaceship. Gag. I have feelings. Um, let's see. Open the biome and we're gonna look for our moss ones. Yeah. Moss cluster. Let's just try biome mix 4. See what it gives us. It's gonna, I think, be too much, but we'll see if we can't adjust it. Yes, that is a bit much. Just a touch. Let's start with just the leaves. Because I want leaves pretty much just in the cracks. So first off, we know we want a slope because we want a positive only. It can go up, it can be higher. Maximum can be like 75, but absolute only. No, that's not. Why am I not getting, why am I getting ones underneath? Oh, there's probably where it's turning. Okay. Well, let's see if we can't use curvature to help with that too. Concave. I want it more in concavity. Is it making any real difference I can tell? Maybe a little, but not a lot. Turn off slope. Does that help more? It's definitely putting them in the holes more. Problem is there's so much bumpage, it might not be doing a tremendous amount for us. Slope. Um, uh, cool. And minimum. Can I nuke these this way? I just want to soul this object. No, and can't. Sadly, not easily anyway. Minimal slope. We make it 25. What does that do? Takes it out of there, but not the bottom. Concave slope curvature. This is just where it's up and down, both. And we just want, yeah. Well, we'll go with that for this. It's not awful for the leaves. Let's try some of the other ones, see if we can make it more. Moss species 9. Okay, let's do the same thing. See if we can make it make more sense. Curvature. Concave. Yeah, this one can go underneath though, so that's fine. We made those the other last week, but I think you may have missed the beginning of that one too. They are carved. The runes are geometry sculpted into the object, but they weren't alpha. We actually just made a text object and then Boolean cut it out, and then once we distressed everything with the real damage, it made it look more integrated. But they were literally just Boolean text objects with a Cthulhu rune font, I think, or something I found cut out. I didn't sculpt them, is I guess what I'm saying. That one looks pretty cool already. Curvature, concave. Sure. I'm just digging it. It's adding a little bit of time, but I'm thinking this is working for us. Here, do we allow for more than just orientation? Interesting. That we kind of like. So they're on the top there only, right? Mhm. That's cool too. We don't get any on that side so much, but that's not awful. And coverage branches. Whew, so many. This one we want very minor on now. This one we definitely want curvature, concave, and a slope on top of that. We'll have to go up to 45 though, just to give us a little bit. I don't know if it's better, but it's different. It'll probably look fine. Let's see. Save. Bring it back in. Yeah, I think that helps. Yeah, that's all right. Let's add us a fog. I think that'll help us a lot too. And then we're gonna come back and kill Blender. Cool. Need to check if 403 got released today. I was on a release candidate over the weekend. See if that helps with any of this. But we saved, we're fine. I think I just saved, so Flux Landscape. I don't know that I even really need to pull from autosave. Yeah, we're good. It's already autosaved. Just kill geoscatter. Cool. Save again. Because why not? Shift A, mesh, cube. I guess we'll cube today. Oh yeah, yeah. I think I saw that. I haven't been using cell fracture much lately. I need to check it out. But 403 was an alpha candidate now, and I'm like, ah, well, if you fix my problems, I will not be unhappy with you. Tab 3 GZ. Turn off proportional while I'm thinking about it. And that's probably, yep. Okay, Control A, rotation scale. Really, I can't believe I haven't turned on random color in this mode before last week. It's so helpful. It's like, oh, it's so much easier to see things. Been years and I haven't done it. See, we can all pick up new stuff. Fucking awesome. There we go. Shading. Colors. Cool. Delete that. Shift A. Come on, Shift A. There we go. Search. Scatter. Not what? Scatter. Not bark scale. All right. Density 0.02. That's quite foggy. Anisotropy 0.25. And Where's my fog? Should be there. Let's go see it in layout mode. Oh yeah, yeah. So see how I got all these colors now? So you can see, like, it's super easy to see what the objects are. It's dumb. It's so easy. If you just go over here and select color random, it keeps everything from being gray, but it also doesn't give everything like weird, stupid highlights and stuff. It's great. Very pleased. I've seen people have these colors on before, but I was like, oh, that's how you do it. And now I can't live without it. I'm just totally into it. Why is my fog not showing up as fudge? Is it too big? It's the fudge scale. Item? No, it's not too big. Should be fine. Where's my fudge? Volume 0.1. Did I change to EV? No, I'm on cycles. Control A, rotation scale. Oh, highlighted edges is awesome too. Highlighted edges, the only problem with some of those is if you turn that and shading on and you try to do a scatter, I blow up my machine. It gets ugly real fast. So highlighted edges is something great for modeling. Try to avoid doing it when you're making scenes. It will really destroy your viewport. Because I think, as I recall, this mode doesn't use GPU rendering. It's just from your CPU. So when you start adding in all that other stuff, it gets ugly. All right. So why am I not getting good? Am I inverted? I bet you I'm inverted. Let's see. So I don't know how I'm inverted, but yep, I am inverted. A, Shift N. Now my fog will show up. Fog only goes the direction of the normals, so you have to make sure your normals are pointed the right direction. There we go. Here we are in deepest cool but can't see shit fog. I do like this kind of this level. Like I'm always kind of like I want to do a shot like this, but you don't ever see anything. But I do like it. But let's tweak it down a little bit and see what we get. Still good. Just need a little bit more. Maybe give it a little bit more. Kind of going into halves. That's not bad. That gives us that sense that something's behind us, but we're still getting quite clear foreground elements. Fog is good vibes. Fog, I mean, yeah, there's really no arguing that. Fog is pretty awesome for this sort of thing. Fog plus God beams is pretty much, perfect photography. So, save. I'm going to turn my fog cube into display wireframe. Oh, not wireframe, display as wireframe, sorry. And I'm going to turn off selecting it. So now I can come back in and not have to keep turning it on and off and not have it blow my ability to grab anything. That looks okay. Do we want to do the God beam? I mean, we probably do. We can certainly try it anyway. Come on, just bring it in. Come on. Why are you not selecting? I'm in object mode, right? Yeah. There we go. I don't know why it's doing that. Alt R. Scale. Not that much. Oh, come on. Why are you being a bitch today? Fine. There we go. RX90. And up. RZ90. Well, I guess we'll go that way. Sure, it doesn't really matter. And to there. Can we even see where it is? Where is it? Oh, wrong side. And if we do, I'm thinking maybe even, let's see what happens. In between these two rock layers, that might give us a neat thing. Did I take it too far back, or is that still, that's still right. Let's see what that gives us. I might have to lower down that rock a little bit. Yeah, I like that sun there. Let's try lowering this rock down a little bit, though. The big one, yes. Save it. Turn it back on. That looks okay. We can still just see the ones behind it, which is good. I might kill our fog down just a bit more. Let's see. Yeah, just so we can see a little bit more rock behind there. And that's cool. I like that. I think that works for me. Really liking these rocks here. This is like my favorite part right now. I don't know if I'm the only one. Probably not, but like the thing that attracts me about a scene, I'm like, oh, that little rock there is awesome. So I was like, well, what about your cool character? Yeah, I don't give a shit. You know, what about the castle? Yeah, you know, but the way the rocks are interacting with the water, that's like chef's kiss. Um, I'm, yeah, that's me. Okay. Now that being said, I do think we need some kind of a focus element in here. It could be a creature, it could be another object, and we've got about half an hour to make it. Okay. What if we did make a statue? That might be fun. Turn off geoscatter. And turn off fog. We want to put something kind of like right in here, I think. Just something else besides our obelisk to have a little bit of visual interest. And a character could work, but I don't want to do one. So we could sculpt something. Let's do that. Maybe I'll just do it in a different blend file though. Just so we don't have to mess with it for right away. We can leave our other thing kind of safe and sitting on its own. person, place. Well, let's, I mean, scale-wise, we're going to rescale it to what we want it to be anyway, so it doesn't super matter. But let's bring a human gen in, because I could actually make it off of a human. Male or female? Yeah, both have psychological issues for me. Let's do female. Sure, generate. So we're going to make a female statue. We could do that. That might not be bad. That'd be kind of fun. If we're going to do that, let's select her, get rid of all the hair. Goodbye. I'm not going to bother morphing her in human gen if I'm just going to sculpt on top anyway. But we do want to probably pose her a little bit. Pose. That's kind of like a interesting, I could see this being a pose sort of vibe. See, there's something else that we like more. I mean, this is very like classic, Lord of the Rings. Let's do that one. Sure, why not? I might rip her arm off anyway, so. Okay, so we've posed. Now what we want to do is come back to here, and we have to apply all of the shape keys before we can apply the armature. So then we apply the armature. But you can't apply any modifier as long as there's a shape key, so you have to apply that both. And now we can just delete it. Oh, we don't want to delete it yet, though. Join it together. Let's select all of these, yeah, and join. No! Do I have to apply each one? Yeah, I do. Apply, apply, apply. Okay, that one has shape keys, so we got to apply those. And then apply. Now I can select all of these and join. Cool. Now I can delete this. Now I have a figure. Shape keys equal dark arts. Yeah, I'm starting to get this, like, I kind of get it, and they are super powerful, and I don't use them very much. But yeah, they've definitely been a thing that has intimidated me in Blender for years. So no argument there. All right. Yeah, we could just make her human. Or kind of weird. Do we want to sculpt, or do we want to just leave her human? I think I'm going to leave her human. Then we'll maybe do more other things. So okay. If we're going to do that, control A, rotation, and scale. Now I think eroded is going to give us more power than real damage. Where am I? Did I miss it? I'm sure I saw it. Erode it. Okay. And we erode it. Whee! She's kind of gone. Now she looks like one of those weird steel statues that were super popular in the 70s. But if we bring her back up to like a resolution of 5 will probably bring most of her back. Let's see. We can always go higher too. But the more it is, the more polished she is, and the slower things are. So that's better. Okay, edge depth and edge erosion. We need to take our edge erosion down to like 0.1. That should bring back her fingers, I think. Well, somewhat. Edge depth, 0.2. See if this brings back our fingers. It's one of those two. Yeah, well, really neither one. But I think we might cut our hand off anyway, so whatever. Maybe just straight up depth. But I'm okay with that. I'm going to actually try going up to resolution of like 8. Let's see what it does to us. She's still not super high res, which is fine. Like, we're not in a super high poly. That's better. We got some fingers back. We might have to go more if I want to keep her hand. I'm not sure I want to keep her hand, but take these back to 0.5. See what it does, because I just like having a little more damage. And 0.5. Okay, yeah, that's all right. Change our damage scale. Let's see if we do. Bigger number is going to make for smaller damage, I believe. Because I think it's just the noise texture scale that he's using. Yep. That's cool. I think I'm basically liking it. Let's take the resolution up to like 12, which is going to make it probably quite high poly, but we've got the space to play with it. It'll be slow to do this, but once we apply it, it should be fine. And it does give us back a little bit more face. Not a lot, but a little bit. It's actually not super great for that, but that's fine. Let's apply it. See how big she is. Yeah, 300,000 polys is not bad at all. Some weird bumps though. First off, let's see. Tab 3 L Control I. There are a couple that are extra. Let's just get rid of those. X vertices gone. Okay. Now I'm going to apply a smoothing. Of like 5. Getting rid of all that high poly stuff I just did. 3. No, that's okay. I think we're going to be fine with this. Oh, we got some weird holes though. That's bizarre. Where did that come from? Just get rid of this. Do they still exist? Yeah, they still do. Undo history. Going back to unapplying this modifier. Going back to that. Jump back, 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 back. I think she got too small for herself. Yeah, now don't see any holes here. Not nearly as many of those weird spikes that was there before. I think that's a couple here though. But that's better. Let's apply it. See if this works better for us. Okay, yeah, that's better. And I'm just gonna kind of come through here, tab and 1 or 3. I don't want those. Yeah, maybe not that one, but X faces, it's better. I think these might have been from the eyelashes, but I don't want them. L, Control I, X, vertices, get rid of that. So now she's just one contiguous piece. Pretty cool. All right. Do you want to give her material now? Let's do that before we bring her back across. And blind, blind, blind. Where's my, there we go. This is the same material I gave to the obelisk, but I think I might end up changing it, so we'll make it as a separate instance. Looks pretty good though. I'm not sure she's got a UV. U, smart UV project. Sure. Now she does. That's kind of cool. I think we're gonna make her a bit bigger than human because she's a statue. So what? 1.5? Cool. Control A, rotation and scale. And let's just take her and see how she fits into our scene. Object, set origin, 3D cursor. Object, set origin, geometry origin. She could be buried. That is true. Oh, she's big. She might be too big. I don't hate, but I think we are gonna have to put a person there to make sure. Did I make it? Yeah, I made it. I'll just show it to you. I based it on a like the initial underlying stone was from Kitbash 3D, but it's basically mine. Like the Kitbash 3D stuff was just these, and then I added all of this multiple layers of dirt stuff. I think I used Blender Guppies as the core driver, but then I tweaked with it. So it's basically two layers of dirt and a layer of lichen, I think, on top of it. Maybe I can share it at some point. Save. Turn back on our fog. Turn back on our scattering. And let's get rid of that. Save. See what it looks like. Oh, no, not that. Not actual render, dude. Screen render. I'm not super digging on that yet. Which is too bad because I thought it would be cool. Always annoying when you thought something was going to be cool and then you're like, no. But let's see if we can't make it work for us anyway. Select her. Try rotating. Okay. Let's see. Is that better? Just gonna remove this guy because his damn bones are getting in my way. There we go. I mean, that's kind of subtle. I know we could do, I think, that would make that be neat. We'll get all weirdly photographic, poetic and shit. It'd be cool. Let's bring it forward just slightly to there, I think. Down just slightly to there. Okay. Cool. Come back across to her. We don't need her here, actually. We just get rid of her, but I just wanted an empty one. Spiderfly. And I want a dragonfly. Bug them out. 1. Add bug system. Fine. You gave me a dragonfly. And I don't need the bug system. I want the actual dragonfly. Where is it? There we go. That's what we want. We're just going to remove its armature. Or not. Let's see. No, we are going to remove its armature. And grab our dragonfly, select hierarchy. Thought I removed its armature. Well, whatever. We'll see what it gives us. Copy objects. Paste. Where's the armature? Why do I have an armature? Delete. No. Fine. Is it parented as well? Doesn't need to be, but it might be. Relations. Yeah. Screw it. Go away. Where is it now? There it is. Cool. Now we can get rid of the armature. Now we have a dragonfly. And we're going to put it here. Set origin to 3D cursor. Object, set origin, geometry to origin. Cool. He's way big, obviously. Oh, that stuff is cool. Yeah, it's not super my style, but I like it. I loved what he was doing with it. I thought I was like, I could get it. Polyform just does cool stuff too. My legs are not obviously sitting on anything right now, which is maybe I shouldn't have deleted the armature. You know, I probably shouldn't have deleted the armature. Let's just do it again. And there we go. Now we can edit it if we want to. Select hierarchy, Control C, copy objects, Control V, 7, G, there, GZ. That's a big, but that'll work. And up, and I don't think we want, is there any animation on it? We don't want animation on it. Clear animation data. There we go. Save it. And let's go look at what we've got. Photographer, focus on our dragonfly, 0. Cool, save, turn on geoscatter. Fog is on already. We should be good. Let's see, save. Yes, that is better. I feel like she works better as a like a weird fallen statue thing there than as a standing one. I like our one dragonfly there, like sitting on our arm. That's one of those like, yeah, photographers go nuts for that shit kind of things. I like our shot. Like I said, we haven't done anything like super epic this time, but I feel like this is working well for me. Let's make a couple more camera angles with our last couple minutes. Camera. Go back to gray. Okay, camera one. We can go a little close in on this dragonfly, but we shouldn't go too much because it's not that high poly an object. So we could do something closer. But probably not too much closer than that. But that could be cool. Save. Yeah, all right, I could live with that. It wouldn't be my first shot, but I think it's okay as a additional shot of this space. Now let's go pull a wider shot. Three, here we are, and we're still at 50, right? Yeah, so go to 35. Oh, we can't go too, we actually probably can go far because we've got fog set up, but let's see what it looks like once we lose our background. I don't really like going that direction unless we continue this around, which we could. I kind of like the shot, so maybe let's do that. Maybe I'll just keep thinking. Grab that sucker, 7. Alt D. Here are, and we'll go to local and stretch it that way. And SX -1, mirror, just to make it look a little different. Although I think at this stage, probably with our fog and whatever, we're not going to notice. That's too close, isn't it? Yeah. Move GX. There we go. See how that goes. GX. RZ. Come on. I hate rotating things with these gizmos. Here we go. If you ever wondered if it was just you, it's not. Okay, that should be good, right? Right. That should be good. Set our focus again, keeping our focus roughly on our dragonfly. We'll go on the head this time. And cool. I'm not sure about our God beam, but Come on, you fuck. Scale 1.5. Piss off, not shorter, longer. Okay, good. I don't like this right here. That's bothering me. It just feels too cut. But fortunately, that's easy to fix. Actually, we'll just grab this one. Yeah. Let's just take it all the way back into it so it's not. That should be better, I think. Let's see. Yep, that makes it better. And one more. Um, 4. Line something up like that. Focus on that there. Let's see what we got. Too much fog. It's almost always down shots have too much fog. But I think we can tweak it as we do. So if we take this fog object and just Control C, Control V, so I have them both. M to fog. Okay. What? M to fog. Right. Let me turn off this one. And we set this one to 0.003. Yeah, there we go. That works. So that's our secondary fog for that one. We just have to remember to switch fogs for the 2 shots. Piece of cake. Probably too little for this one. Oh, that actually doesn't look awful, but I like the more fog though, I think. Turn off this one. Yeah, it's better for me. Cool. All right, folks. Well, we're at time again. Somehow I have managed to fill up the time, even though I didn't know what I was going to do today. I'm pretty pleased with this one. I think I like the subtle stuff that we do with the ground a lot, actually. And I love that it's procedural. We didn't have to use masking. We just got to do it the smart way. Just kind of feels more, I don't know, cool. I like our statue. I think our obelisk is working well. I think our background is working well. I think we're telling a reasonably good story for the location. It has the right vibe for it for me. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. As always, appreciate it. I guess I'll be done pimping soon, but if you were watching last week, I posted up the ruins kit to my Patreon at the $5 and up range on Friday, and I will be posting it up to Gumroad probably tomorrow. So also probably for like $5 ish. So if you just want to buy it once, although see the Patreon's a much better deal because you get all the other stuff too. Anyway, I appreciate it. All the support is awesome, and take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay.